Welcome back. Hillary Clinton and her supporters blasting FBI Director James Comey's decision on Friday to talk about the email server case.
I'm sure that some of you may have heard about a letter that the FBI director sent out yesterday. It's pretty strange to put something like that out with such little information right before an election. It's unprecedented, and it is deeply troubling.
Well, joining us right now is former special counsel to President Bill Clinton, Lanny Davis. Lanny, good morning to you.
Morning, Steve.
So you loved Comey in the summer, but now you hate him, right?
Well, first of all, I don't hate him. 200 former prosecutors, including a former Republican Deputy Attorney General, even your previous guest, Attorney General Gonzalez, have all said it's unprecedented what Mr. Comey has done in such a vague manner, especially without even saying that he knows anything that might be significant. So that's what is strange. But I also heard your new co-host declare Hillary Clinton guilty of lying and lots of other very intemperate words, while Mr. Comey determined that she was not, at least as of the last time, and still hasn't contradicted, guilty of anything. Indeed, he said it wasn't even close.
Well, I think Mr. Comey in July said that she was careless, but he was not going to suggest any charges. But if, Lanny, you know, just the way it looks, he's the FBI director. He's America's #1 lawman. For him to say he's got something pertinent regarding the case, you just figure it must be big.
Well, Steve, you've used the word must be. That is an assumption. You're entitled to an assumption. But when you declare something as a fact, as I heard your co-host saying corrupt, lied, that is irresponsible. In fact, the FBI director, to complete your sentence, Steve, which was responsible, said he doesn't know whether there is anything significant. So if he knows nothing is significant yet, and he has nothing further to say, Mrs. Clinton has said, put it all out, publish all the emails, but let's not speculate on what is a fair and balanced program, Fox and Friends. All speculation, but you shouldn't be using words of corruption without evidence.
I think she was just expressing her opinion. I got a question, because we give you the facts and we give you our points of view as well. That's what people expect in the morning. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that they're going through 650,000 email. What were, and apparently according to the metadata, Lanny, there were a number of state.gov and Clinton Foundation emails in there as well. What were all of those things, all those emails, doing on the laptop that she shared with her husband, Anthony Weiner, which we now know about because the FBI was looking into his inappropriate relationship online with a teenager?
Again, Steve, you've used the number 650,000. That comes from news reports, not from Mr. So we don't know what the truth is. The Los Angeles Times reported that none of these emails were sent to or received by Hillary Clinton. We don't know whether that's true.
Why don't there's a lot we don't know. Absolutely.
So therefore, speculating for your entire program what might or may be the case can be solved if Director Comey had not violated protocol that offended a former Republican Deputy Attorney General. And let's publish all these emails right now, as Secretary Clinton has asked. I don't believe 600,000 is a realistic number. There are probably a lot of duplicates.
Well, you don't know either. Lanny, you don't know either. No, I don't.
So let's publish them rather than in the last week. You know, if this were the shoe on the other foot, can you imagine the Republican Party with a Democratic appointed director of the FBI putting out a statement so vague that he says he doesn't know whether anything he is saying is significant in the last week? There would be outrage among Republicans had that been done.
Well, you know, Lanny, as Ainsley had said earlier, and we've been talking about, Huma turned over all her devices and said, that's it. Nothing else on any other devices. That apparently not true.
Well, apparently she was unaware or forgot. We haven't heard yet exactly what is on that computer.
How do you forget if your work email somehow just mysteriously appear on a laptop in your living room?
You know, to be fair, Director Comey knows the answers to these questions, yet he sent a vague letter where he says, I don't even know whether there's anything significant. Yet not only Fox, but all the news media have called this reopening an investigation where the director says, I don't know what's significant. So Huma Abedin isn't on the air today. She's under the advice of counsel. But it is entirely possible that she did not remember that her then husband, they're now separated, had these emails, and that we don't know how they got there. So the final verdict here is out, and Director Comey has it within his power. You guys would certainly appreciate him speaking and clarifying what the word pertinent means. And he said significant. He needs to be at least more clear in the last week before an election.
Right. No, no doubt about it. There are a lot of blanks that need to be filled in, and it would be great if we knew that. You know, one of the things, let me quote WikiLeaks for a second. I'm sure you're going to say it came from the Russians, but near
wait a minute. 17 intelligence agencies say it came from the Russians, not me.
Please, come on. Don't embarrass yourself. Near
Excuse me, 17 intelligence agencies. That's an embarrassment, Stephen.
Lanny, you're cracking me up here. Neera Tanden, you know her. She emailed John Podesta, and she said, do we know who told Hillary Clinton she could use a private email? Has that person been drawn and quartered? So do we know who told Hillary Clinton she could use a private email server?
Well, first of all, she has said that that was a mistake, and she apologized.
Right.
I haven't heard
who gave her
Donald
the okay?
Trump apologize yet for saying that there's sexual assault, and that's locker room talk. No apology to the cons.
Let's go back to my question. Who told her it was okay?
So I don't know who told her. I know she says it was a mistake. I haven't heard Donald Trump say anything was a mistake. And as to Neera Tanden, whether she wrote those words or not, let me repeat, it's not funny, Steve, and it's not a joke. 17 of our U.S. intelligence agencies
which we have reported,
have confirmed that these leaks came from the Russians and that Mr. Putin has interfered in our election process. Were it to the benefit of a Democrat, can you imagine what Republicans would be saying?
All right.
Much less you.
There you go. All right. Lanny Davis, who wanted to come on and speak his piece. Lanny, you got your word out, right?
Thank you for being fair, Steve. You always are.
All right.
Thank you.
We try to do that here on the show, fair and balanced.